What's up guys, to the first ever proper review on the Tech Bro channel. This is a review of the Western Digital hard drive review, 500 gigabytes with USB 3.0. It's a consumer hard drive and it's fairly inexpensive, coming in at around about $90. So many people can pick this up. The question is, why would you want to pick it up, and are there any competitors that can actually beat it at this price point? And we'll go through the pros and cons in the rest of the video. So let's get into it. Alright, so onto the design of the hard drive. It has a very great design. Feels very, sturdy. Although the bad part is it is plastic, as you can hear. So if you drop it, it probably will break. It doesn't have any it doesn't have those like Seagate or anything hard rubber covers or anything around it. So if you drop this, basically everything's gone, sadly. Although it does have some very nice feeling bezels. It is very small and compact. I have a fairly sized hand, and this is how it looks on my hand. So it's fairly big, but not very big. It's actually very small compared to many other hard drives. So on design, I would give this actually a very good score due to it being very small, although I do think that they should have added maybe, rub or something. But this is basically nitpicking on the hard drive. So onto the next thing. Now the speeds on this hard drive are fairly fast with USB 3.0. It's not a Thunderbolt drive, so it's not going to be extremely fast like, the Lachi, as I think you say, or I don't even know how you say the name. It's one of those 5 big hard drives and everything, and those have 20 terabytes and all that, and they use Thunderbolt, and it is extremely fast of how they transfer speeds and everything. But USB 3.0 is basically the next best thing, and in my opinion, it does transfer very fast. If you're doing video editing, then you might want to get a Thunderbolt drive, like a 5 big one. But if not, a Western Digital one using USB 3.0 takes a while, but it definitely will get the job done anyway. It'll just add a few extra minutes, so it's all fine for the speeds. Alright guys, so the size of the hard drive, not the actual physical size of it, but the size that it can store is 500 gigabytes. That will get you around about, I can't estimate exactly, but a ton of HD video. So if you're recording in 1920 by 1080p, which is basically what most DSLRs record with, then you'll definitely be able to use quite a lot of this hard drive. It won't fill up too fast. But if you are one of those people who maybe have a GH4 or a Red Epic, crazy enough that you would be watching a video like this then. But if you do have a 4K camera or 5K or even 6K camera, this hard drive will basically not do anything. Because especially with the FS7, I know that 2 hours of 4K video is already 1 terabyte. So if you're doing, maybe even a feature film or feature length film, doesn't have to be a feature film, but a feature length film, 2 hours would be around about the cutted, the complete cutted speed of the whole video. It would be tons more hours. So 500 gigabytes won't do anything. I would recommend you get a 5 big one, as I said before. 20 terabytes would probably last an extremely long time for those sort of cameras. But if you're just using photos or, high definition video or something like that, 500 gigabytes will do more than good enough. Every now and then though, you will have to upgrade. Alright guys, so something that I really don't like about this hard drive is its compatibility. So the compatibility on this thing isn't good because it only actually works for PCs when you get it straight out of the box. When you plug it into your Mac, if you do have one, then it won't show up at all. You can fix this, and I will show it in a video, but basically, in a sense, you format your hard drive and you format it into a certain format that it can work on your Mac, which is what I did. I just used my basic computer, the PC, formatted, and then you can work it on your Mac. The only problem is if you already had tons of footage from your PC and then you move to a Mac, you're gonna have to get another hard drive to move it on and move it back off, because you're gonna delete all the stuff when you format it. So compatibility, really annoying. If you have a Mac, I wouldn't recommend you go for My Passports from Western Digital or anything like that, because those are overpriced for no reason. All you have to do is just format it, and they make those $200 just because it says Mac. So as Apple does it, if anything has the word Apple in it, it automatically gets like a few $100s extra. Same with hard drives. I wouldn't recommend you get those ones. Just format a normal PC one from your PC, which I'll show a video very soon on how to do that. And it's very basic. No need to get a Mac one, but it is very annoying though, so definitely should lose points for that. Alright, now this one is gonna be ultra nitpicking, because this hard drive is great. So this is gonna be probably one of the things that you'll probably facepalm yourself for, of how I'm actually saying this in the review. But if you'll notice there, it's basically every single hard drive. I haven't seen a hard drive, I've seen one hard drive that actually doesn't use the lights. And it's these little lights. And if any hardware company that makes external hard drives is seeing this, please can you find another way to tell me that it's connected, except with a light. Because these lights, especially when I'm watching and all the lights are off and I'm watching a movie or something, that little blinking light is the most annoying thing in the world, in my opinion. I really don't like it. It is nitpicking because every hard drive has it, and I haven't seen many hard drives. I've only seen one, which I think was La C one or Litchi. I don't even know what it's called again, as I said at the beginning of the video. But I really wish that light wasn't there, but that's nitpicking at its best. Alright, so overall pros and cons. Great designs, very, very nice little bezels. Looks really, really sexy. If you take it out, I'm pretty sure all the girls will go for you. You know what I'm saying? It has very, very good transfer speeds using USB 3.0. Not any Thunderbolt sort of things, sadly. But, if you want a Thunderbolt drive, get a Thunderbolt drive. But that's like way more expensive because, as I said before, it has Apple basically in the name. And that's always extra expensive. Other extra things is very, very short cable. So that's a con. Light. Nitpicking at its best. Compatibility, you're gonna have to format this if you want to use it for Macs. If you're using a PC, there's no need. Although I would recommend once you get it, just format it anyway, because then it can work on PCs and Macs. And maybe if you collaborate with someone and they have a Mac, then it will work anyway, and you won't have to worry about it later on. So I would recommend it, and you can check out that video. Once it's posted, there will be a link below on how to format it. And yeah, that's basically it. Looks very, very nice hard drive. Looks like a very, very nice hard drive. Nice little bezels. Everything about it basically is great, except for a few little nitpicking things. Overall, I recommend this to people who maybe are like into photography, people who do YouTube videos, people who just need a little extra space, music makers, sort of. Music makers, I would recommend a 1 terabyte though, usually because sometimes they need a little extra space. And yeah, that's basically all I should recommend it to. Feature filmmakers and short filmmakers, even normal short filmmakers, like I use a 6DD, and even though it is 1080p quality, it still really, really quickly starts going really, really fast with this. That's why I upgraded to 2 terabytes. So 2 terabyte if you want it to be long-term, short-term hard drive that will last fairly long, Western Digital. Otherwise, great review. I'd give this maybe, about an 8 out of 10. I'm not really gonna give it a rating properly, but 8 out of 10 around about. So this has been a review of the Western Digital hard drive. If you guys enjoyed this video, please comment, rate, and subscribe. It will be very, very nice. We're starting up a new tech channel, as you can see. Very, very exciting. Hopefully it works out and everything. We'll do, setup videos and all that in the future. But if you like this video, comment, rate, and subscribe, please. And until next video, we'll see you when we see you guys.